Hey everyone, it's Aparri here, and what you're about to watch today is actually an interview I did with my friend Bruiser about his recent visit to AJHQ, and there is some pretty awesome inside information in this video, like how AJHQ makes their game and all that kind of cool stuff. So without any further ado, let's get right into the interview. Alright Bruiser, so the first question is coming from Twinkle0122, and she asked, how on earth did you get an opportunity to go to AJHQ?
Well, my dad was telling me that we were doing a family trip to Utah, and I've recently been in touch with Clark Stacy pretty often. I'm just emailing him back and forth, and I just kind of was stabbing in the dark and told him, hey, yeah, I'm coming to Utah for a ski trip, and I was wondering if I could stop by to see the studio, and he was totally up for it. He set me up with a tour and everything, so that's basically how it went down.
Okay, so the second question is coming from 96 Lunar, and they asked, what did it look like? So you can start from the outside of the building and then work your way into the inside.
Alright, so the outside, it just looked like a big red building, and then once I got inside, I saw a bunch of people had a bunch of computers, and later on when I was talking to Clark, he told me that the building is split up into 4 parts. He said that one of the parts is for the mobile apps, like AJ Play Wild, AJ Jump, and Tunnel Town, and another section is dedicated to Animal Jam. Then there's an art studio, and then there's also a community section where people deal with all the stuff in the community.
And the next one is coming from X Abby Snail X. They asked, how long does it take to fit an item on an animal?
Well, it always starts with an idea. Clark was telling me sometimes he has an idea, or sometimes they get ideas from suggestions from players, but anyone in the studio can come up with an idea, and after talking about it, they're like, yeah, we can make this happen. So it starts in the art studio where they make concept art, what it's going to look like, and then the colors that it's going to be, and then the graphic design people who use the 3D imaging have 3D models of each animal in Animal Jam, and then they start, after making the item, they put it on every animal and just take pictures basically of each frame of the animal standing in a different position, and then after they throw it all together, they release it in the stores, give it a gem amount, give it an item value, and that's basically how it goes.
Here's another question from muffinscakeaj. They asked, how many staff members worked at AJHQ?
So at the specific studio that I went to, the main studio where Clark is at and everything, there's 60 people. So that's the one in Utah. And then also they have, I think, 3 more stations. I know one's in the Philippines, but the whole group that works on Animal Jam are about 200 wide.
Here's another question from agstars 465, and they wanted to know, how was the food you ate there?
AJHQ doesn't really have like a cafeteria. They have a kitchen that like the workers can go and like get their food from home and do whatever they need to do or store it in the fridge. But on my way out, I was asking Clark like where are some good places I could stop and eat before I left. Actually, there's a restaurant inside the building, not inside AJHQ, but inside the building that AJHQ is in, and Clark bought me a sandwich there, so that was pretty cool. He also got himself something and we sat and talked for a little more.
And the next question is from sinaz. They wanted to know, what kind of jobs did they have there?
So there's a lot of different jobs Animal Jam needs to run. One of the main things is the people who code and the game designers, because it's up to them to make the website run properly. But also it's important to have good artists who do good concept art and also help out with the 3D designers who make the items and all the animal figures.
And how swag was Clark Stacy? Because we all know Clark is swag.
Clark was awesome. He was super swag. He's really easy to talk to. He was really welcoming in the studio, and it was really cool meeting the guy who makes the game that I really like to play. So that was awesome.
And this next question is actually one that a lot of people have, and it comes from Husky_Craft998. They wanted to know, can they add headdresses back into the game?
I was talking to Clark about headdresses, and he said that they're not going to add them back because they took them out for a specific reason, and that was that maybe some Native American people could be offended by them, so they just decided not to put them back in the game.
Then here is another one from agstars 465. They want to know, do the staff members wear any uniforms?
The answer to that is no, they don't wear any uniforms. It's actually really casual there. The lights were dimmed, and basically everyone wore jeans and an Animal Jam t-shirt, and I saw one guy even had his shoes off while he was working, so it just shows you how casual it was.
Captain Soup_edits asked, did you take any pictures that you can show the audience?
I didn't take too many pictures. I took the one with Clark, and then I took one of a random wall, but it's not that interesting. The reason why I didn't take pictures is because I didn't want to be like the typical tourist who takes pictures of everything, and I wasn't sure how much they wanted me to share with you guys.
And here we go. Here's the last question I'm going to ask you about AJHQ in this interview, and it comes from Riss_AJ. They want to know, did they give you any information about future updates? It's a yes or no question, but if you're willing to give out the info, then wink face.
The answer is yes, and I can tell you one thing is that Animal Jam's always updating the chat system, and soon it's going to be smarter and easier to say what you need to say without getting blocked. And same with the AJ Play Wild app. They're going to add free chat into that pretty soon too. So I thought that was a pretty cool update that they're working on.
And yeah, guys, that is pretty much going to wrap it up for this interview about Animal Jam HQ. Thank you so much, Bruiser, for coming on to this interview and answering all these questions for me.
Sure, it was awesome. Thanks for having me.
And I'll put a link to his channel in the description if you want to go subscribe to him. He has some pretty awesome and funny videos on there. Also, comment down below your favorite part about Animal Jam for a chance to win today's daily long color prize. And don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button right in the face. And I'll see you guys in my next video. Peace.